Superb. Okay, thanks for your patience, everyone. Louis from BBC Radio Leeds, we'll start with you.
Matty, nice to see you again. I hope you're well. If we can start with your reflections on Wednesday evening down at Cardiff, please.
I think it was a flat performance. I think Cardiff did a job on us. They blocked it up. The way they played made it difficult. I think we had plenty of the ball. It's what we did with the ball which didn't help. I think we needed to create more, and we know that. We're not shying away from that. We want at it, and it could have been a different story if they got their goal. If it would have gone in 0-0, it might have been a different game, but that's the way the game goes.
Particularly in the first half, there was some good play from Town, some nice passes, some good balls forward. Why do you think you struggled to break them down and ultimately get that equaliser in the end?
I think they played their game plan well. I think they blocked it up. Their game plan was to let us have the ball, to block it up, make it difficult for us, and that's exactly what they did. And it just disrupted our momentum and stride, and it stopped us from playing to our strengths, which is running over teams and using our physical ability. They nullified that.
A lot of people who got in touch with us after the game said after the win at Watford, the draw against Leeds, they felt like Wednesday night in the end was a little bit of an anti-climax. I think the supporters were expecting a little bit more. How did you guys feel?
Yeah, I think their game plan quietened everything down. Even their fans were quiet. It wasn't a case of keeping us quiet. I think we were the actual team trying to go for the game. And I think it's fine margins. If they don't score their goal, I think the first half performance, although it were flat, we were in control of trying to go on the front foot. But it's difficult when teams play like that against us. We need to be better at trying to break teams down.
And for you personally, with another new head coach coming in the building this season, how have you found the last couple of weeks working under André?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. He's put his ideas across, and he wants to play high energy football and have a structure that's going to win games, and that's what I want. I want to win games, and every player wants to win games and go up the league.
It's appeared over the last 3 under André, the game plan has been slightly put towards depending on the opponent, a win, a defeat and a draw. Do you find it easy to settle into different game plans?
I think we have the right game plans going into the games. We have a structure of how we're going to do stuff, what we need to do, and it makes it easier on the pitch. What's asked of you, and if we don't do what's asked of us, then obviously we're not doing the job correctly. So it is good going into the games. I think we've got the right structure and tactics to win the game. It's not to sit back and try and hold on to something. We're actually going there to win games, and that's what we want.
And with the appointment of André, when it was first announced, it was obviously the number one aim this season is to stay in the Championship, but for André to implement a longer-term vision, Matty. A lot of head coaches and managers over the past couple of seasons, for you as maybe one of the more experienced players in the camp, how important is that you have a little bit of stability now going forward?
Yeah, we all, every job you need a bit of stability. Regards to making his mark for next season, none of us are thinking of that. It's the 10 games now, from now to the end of the season, and they're determined next year. So that's our main aim, the remainder of the season.
I know we've talked a lot about how tight that fight against relegation is this season. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it with the amount of teams who are down there. Does that weigh on your mind at all, knowing that there is literally no room for error at the moment?
I think it's down to us. It's in our own hands. You can't worry about other results. You see the past few weeks with the results. It's every result that's gone against us has gone against us. So, regards to other teams, we can't rely on other teams losing and things like that. It's down to us on the pitch, and that's our focus going forward. I think, like on Sunday, we're going to win the game, and we have to win the game. If you look at the last 10 games, all the 10 games, we're going to try and win these games.
It's, the constant media around football nowadays. It must be hard though, although you've got to rely on yourself. Sheffield Wednesday on telly again tonight. It must be hard to try and switch off and not check in on the results.
Yeah, lads watch the games, and I actually enjoy watching, because you get a feel of what the other team are doing, what other players are doing. Try and learn from, because we've played teams like West Brom have been on TV recently, so try and watch their games and take little bits from the games. So games on TV, it's always going to happen, and I use it to my advantage and try and take little bits from the games and help us.
You've done quite well against those sides who are in and around the playoffs and the automatic places. The draw with Leeds, Ipswich draw, beat Sunderland home and away, won away at West Brom earlier in the season. Do you relish playing those teams who are up there?
Yeah, every game I relish. I don't think it's a case of where they are in the league. I think it's just the case of match day and you're ready for the game. So yeah, I don't really pay too much about the league position. I pay more attention to who I'm playing against and like personnel and formations and things like that. So regarding league position, I don't pay attention.
Carlos Corberán in charge of West Brom. You were part of that brilliant season under Carlos. A couple of years is a long time in football, but have you had a chance to reflect on that season, Matty?
Yeah, I think Carlos improved me a lot as a player. I were in a Luton team where we had a certain way of playing, and I think Carlos changed my game, especially on the ball, and ideas that come across. So overall, I think it did well for me, but it also works in our favour now. I know how he thinks and what he's going to try and implement against us, so it's a bit of both.
Well, best of luck for it on Sunday. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Cheers, Louis. We'll come to Stephen from We Are Terriers next.
Hi, Matty. Yeah, you sort of touched on it, the difficulty breaking down teams that sort of play that low block. Interested to know what André said to you about that, and I appreciate you won't want to give too much away ahead of Sunday's game, but how you can look to improve on that.
Yeah, we've had the debrief of the game. We've been in there for a bit of time and gone through positional when we're on the ball, where people should be. The intent, I think some bits were a bit flat. If we'd have gone with a bit of intent, maybe little things in games change the way the game goes, and just that extra half a yard of pressing or being in a slightly different position can change the way the game looks, and that's what we're missing.
Yeah, we have seen though that against Hull it was a similar story. They were very organised, sat back, and you were quite unlucky against them. But you were able to sort of bounce back from that with the Watford and Leeds performances. Do you feel confident that you can put Cardiff behind you now and do the same again?
Yeah, I think we've done that quite a lot. The bounce back ability, and we're going to need it again. Like I said, we're going into these games fully focused to win the game. It's not a case of sitting back and trying to obviously soak up the pressure and try and squeeze a 1-0. We're going to try and win these games.
Have you ever been in a sort of a relegation battle as tight as this?
I've been in a lot worse positions. At Luton we were 7 points adrift with a few games to go, and we got out of it somehow. That were on the last day. Obviously the last season, I don't think we're in a great position. So regarding positions points wise, I think this is a better position, but like you said, the tightness of it, I think it's a lot tighter this year. It just goes to show with the last few results, you can't rely on other teams. You've got to take your own responsibility and do what you need to do yourselves.
I suppose that's the benefit of it sort of being so tight. As although it's sort of, you know, going against you a little bit at the moment, it does mean that if you can put a bit of a run together, you only need to be better than probably 2 of those other teams around you, don't you?
Yeah, but then again, everyone's capable of beating anyone. So, like I said, we just got to concentrate on ourselves and our own performance and get our wins that we need.
Best of luck, Matty. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. Leon from the Yorkshire Post.
Hiya, Matty. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, I mean, I went to the Leeds game, and you know the way you all approached that. You were in the faces. You were very well organised. You stopped them playing, and you probably even roughed them up a little bit. Did it sort of make you laugh a little bit when you know the comments from their camp a little bit? They were sort of, well, you roughed us up, that sort of thing. It's almost a compliment, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I think Leeds are a good team, and if we'd have been standoffish and let them be on their game, I think they'd have run rings round us. So we had to be on it. We had to be tight as possible. We couldn't give them a sniff, and I think if we did give them a sniff, they could have taken full advantage. And when Hoggy got sent off, luckily we held on, and I think getting tight to them, stopping them having a better day, definitely helped.
Yeah, because I mean you did that against Sunderland as well, and that sort of augurs well against those sort of teams that you play. You know, have those sort of game changes, if you like. Yeah,
I think like you say, what you're on about getting tighter to people and getting roughed up or whatever you said. I think we that's our best style, if you like. I think us getting tight to people, we've got legs in midfield. I think that's our strength, and we need to go back to that. We need to go back to getting tighter to people, running and putting everything out there.
Yeah, and with what happened last season, it'll give you, it should give you confidence and not overconfidence, because you know you're in there near the bottom, that you can pull through again for the rest of the season. Because I mean, there's still a hell of a lot of you still at the club, isn't there?
Yeah, I think the key word there is obviously not getting too confident. I think whenever you get too confident, I think that's when it can come back to bite you. I think everyone's fully aware of what the consequences can be, and we just need to be on it every game and just take it one game at a time.
It must sort of make you laugh, people saying, it's a worrying time this time of year, you're going for relegation, this and that. You've got perspective. You've actually probably worked for a living, haven't you? I remember interviewing you a few years ago. You've worked with your dad and you trained a few days a week. Do you still remember those times fondly, and it gives you a bit of perspective when people talk about worries and this and that? Yeah,
it's my dad was speaking to me the other day about I always go quiet this time of year, and I think it's because of the stress and the worry of football. I think I take it too much I take it all home with me, and it is like obviously you talk about jobs and stuff like that. There's plenty of people at this club who've worked hard for the jobs, and us getting relegated is not going to put them in good stead. So like I say, this time of year it's crunch time, and everyone's got to be on it.
What does your dad say to you then?
He just always asks if I'm all right, and I say, yeah. Obviously, bad result on Wednesday, and then he just knows. He can sense it. He's just got that dad, obviously, feeling. He knows. Obviously, with the result, he knows, but he just knows what I'm like after games when I lose.
And he says he probably says to you, it could be worse. So.
Yeah, it could be, but this is my job, innit, and you got to give it everything you've got.
You've touched on Carlos, how he helped you in your game. Do you see any similarities between him and Andre? I mean, Carlos, he was well known. He was, tremendous amount of looking at fine details, that sort of thing, and it was a bit obsessive in that regard.
I do see a lot of similarities tactically. I think I was actually really pleased with how the manager presented himself, and tactically presented what it made it really clear. that's exactly what I need. I need someone to tell me instructions on what to do, and to have a manager to come in and tell me what needs to be done and how to do this, and it was a breath of fresh air for me.
You think, especially finally, you're thinking about results, this and that, stressing a bit. How do you chill out? Can you manage to chill out?
I've got 2 kids at home now, so that takes my mind off it. But like I say, most of I think about is football and obviously sorting out my little girl to go to school and stuff like that obviously takes my mind off it and stuff. But most of the time I am thinking football.
Best of luck, Saturday, mate.
Thank you.
Matty, thanks for your time, bud.
Cheers, everyone. We're just going to end the stream here, Matty. Stay there. We'll be back with André at 1:30, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Superb. Thanks for your patience, guys. We're going to start with Louis again from BBC Radio Leeds.
Well, Andre, good to see you. Long trip down to Cardiff on Wednesday. Going into Sunday's game, do you have any fresh team news? Are you able to welcome anyone back into contention?
We have no new injuries or illnesses, so that's really good news. That are really good news. Rudoni Balka, he joined the training session today, and we will try it again tomorrow. So then we decide if he is an option for the squad for the Sunday game. But we hope to have him maybe on the bench for the first time after many weeks. Reece Healy is also on the pitch with physiotherapists, and it looks really good with him. But maybe he's an option in 1 or 2 weeks. We will see. And all the others, they trained today.
Good news about Rudoni and Reece. Can I just ask you, how's Yuta Nakayama getting on?
Yuta Nakayama is out for the rest of the season. Big injury for 8 to 10 weeks. We expect not really good for him, and he's disappointed. But it's football, and sometimes injuries happened.
And just what's the extent? What is the type of injury with Yuta?
It's an injury with a medial ligament. So it takes a long time.
Sorry to hear that. If we look back on the trip then to Cardiff, Andre, I know you were disappointed after the match when you were speaking to our colleague Paul. How do you reflect on that game 48 hours on?
Yeah, the same like after the game. I kept calm early after the game because it was totally clear for me why we didn't lose. It was only up to us. We have to speak about our performance. There were 2 points for me. I spoke the first time at halftime. First, it was the intensity was not good enough, and especially not like in the last few games. Yes, we set the standards very high the last games against Leeds and in Watford. But then we have to expect the same performance, and we fight for to survive, and we need this intensity to get points. We were better in nearly all the stats, but it was not enough to win the game. So that's the reason why we are very disappointed after the game. And but I'm not a head coach who speaks only negative. After one defeat because they did it well. I was a former player for many years, and I know that sometimes such a game happened, but we have to learn from this. And when we analyzed this game this morning, we showed them many things about the missing intensity, but also about the missing structure, and the plan must be fulfilled every time, and we have to try to play what we want to play. And we did this in Watford and also against Leeds, and this leads always to success. And in Cardiff, we were not in this position we wanted to be. So, and the clips were hopefully very, very clear, and we were sometimes too high. We did not the right movements, and every time we did this, also in Cardiff, we created big chances and were dangerous in attack. So we trained just one time in this technical thing, but and maybe I expect too much. But I see high potential in the team, and they are ready for the next step. So these are little details we showed them, and I'm sure that they will make the things better the next games. But also with intensity we need to get points.
It's interesting, the 3 games you've been here, Andre, for the first time we're in the position where it's how your side bounces back from a defeat. What have you learned about your players after Wednesday?
We discussed the thing that we need always the intensity and the attitude and the discipline to win games. And yes, it was the first time, and once again, maybe it was a Wednesday away game, but we have not so many games, and it's really hard to see that it was possible to get points and to climb in the table and to give a good feeling for confidence in winning in Cardiff, because we were better than them, and it was totally possible to win this game. And and it was too easy to defend the goal against. We were with 6 against 4. When we lost the ball, there were no counter pressing. Then overload 6 against 4, and it was too easy to play across and to score. And there we have to work harder to defend this goal. Yes, the last 3 games we got only 3 goals, and the opponents they had not so many chances. But we have to do it if it's possible over 90 plus 5 minutes. I know it's not every time possible to defend everything, but we have to try. And this goal was too easy. And we can also discuss about the first set piece, a super free kick from Sorba Thomas when we went into the lead. Maybe it changed everything, but this is football, and then we need the will over 95 minutes to show all the supporters and all the fans that we want to win this game. And this I could not see at the end of the game.
You used the word discipline on Wednesday night after the match. You've used it again there, André. For you as a coach, what can you do to ensure that those discipline levels are back where you want them to be?
Yes, we prepare a plan and find solutions to win against the opposition. And we did it in Watford on pressing one-on-one over the whole field, and it was easy, and we want to keep it simple. The same against Leeds. The plan worked, and sometimes maybe not, but normally it should work to have success. And the discipline to play for this plan was not over the whole time to see, and this is what I expect. We train this, and yes, we need also creativity and sometimes an own idea, because it's not like to press them in one concept, but when we are in the top zone, there we need the creativity, but to come into the last zone we need clear options, and then they have to take the right decision. So and when 2 or 3 players are not in their position, then we have problems to play the ball into the midfield and then into the last zone. And our defenders, they looked bad, because of losses, ball losses, but it was not their doubt. It's the right
fault.
It was not the error or fault, and because they looked for the option, but the players they were not in the right position. So we trained this, we showed it in video clips and also on paper, and they know about this, and it showed us that all of the players have to do their job, on the pitch, and this was not really clear for the whole game, and this must be better in the next games.
You're talking about creativity and set pieces. We saw some brilliant balls in from Sorba Thomas on Wednesday evening. With the position your side find themselves in, how much are you leaning on the likes of Sorba to add that spark into the performances?
Set pieces are very important, and Sorba has fantastic quality in play crosses and free kicks and corner, and we also have tall players, very dangerous to score goals, and we are one of the best in the league in this. But also can we good defend the set pieces, because Cardiff is absolutely number 1. They scored 16 goals after corner kicks, and there were no one chance for them. This is what we need. Totally focused on the task, on the job, and and there we need the creativity of Sorba to find the right solution for the best ball, and we have a big quality to make the difference in set pieces.
And given how tight the league table is, Andre, of course there's always going to be pressure in this situation, but is it even greater knowing that there's no room for error this time around, given how many teams are bunching up in those positions?
Yeah, but without errors, every game would end in 0-0. So this is a part of the game we have to live with. We want to reduce the errors. Yes, therefore we train a lot, and I think we have many things which developed positive the last few weeks. And now we had such a game we don't need. But it's football, so we have to take the right things from this game. And I'm not a coach to expect a reaction for Sunday for the supporters or for the fans, because for me it's alibi. They know about the game on Wednesday, and I'm sure they will show us a reaction, and we will see another team on Sunday to win this game against West Brom. Good team, high quality. Yeah, we know about this, but Leeds also have a big quality, and we could win. So we want to try to give our best on Sunday, and then I believe in the team that we can show our best on Sunday.
Do you know, I've never thought about if there wasn't any errors, a game would finish 0-0. I'll remember that, Andre. Thank you. Just on West Brom, and you mentioned the Leeds game, the performance and the result against Leeds, does that give you extra confidence going in against West Brom?
Yes, and also the training session. We had a really good training session today, and I'm sure that also tomorrow we are totally focused for Sunday. And it's tight in the table, but for me, I'm not a coach looking every day on the table, because it's important to develop and to improve our performance on the pitch. And when we will do this, and when we play like the first two games, then we will get the points. And we showed all of us that it's possible to play successful against bigger teams with more budget and more quality maybe. But I couldn't see this against Leeds, so we were on the same level in this game. And yes, it's every time possible to win games against teams who want to go to the playoffs or to the Premier League. So I believe in this, and we prepare the team as best as we can.
And the head coach, who'll be in the opposite dugout to you on Sunday, did almost get Huddersfield Town into the Premier League. He was a game away, Carlos Corberán, taking them to the playoff final. Matty Pearson, it was really interesting, said he played under Carlos, and that, if anything, is an advantage to those players who are still here who played under Carlos. Have you leaned on them at all in preparation for this game?
No, because I don't know him. I heard about his name and his 2 years here in Huddersfield, but I don't know anything about his work. And to be honest, all the fans are happy to see him in Huddersfield, and I have to respect this 100%. But I have to concentrate on my team and on our performance, and we want to beat them, and this is important for me.
And just for you, finally, it's been so busy since you've come to the club, trip down to Cardiff, preparing for various matches. Have you allowed yourself any time just to have a wander around the local area and take in your new surroundings?
Yeah, there's not really a lot of time, but we try to find a little space to enjoy some good restaurants or to watch the city. Last week we had a short walk through the city and to have a look where we live and where we work. But we have many games and we have to prepare, and the situation is like not easy. So we have to work hard, and then when we reach the goal, achieve the goal, then we can spend more time in the city.
Well, best of luck for it. Thanks for your time, André.
Thank you.
Thank you, Louis. We'll come to Stephen from We Are Terriers next.
Hi, André.
Hello.
From what you're saying, then it sounds like you want your midfielders to be finding space better. Is that correct to say?
Yeah, for this game it was so because we expected Cardiff a little bit deeper in their own half. They were passive the last few games, and that's why we wanted to overload the midfield to find solutions between the lines, behind the number 6, but in front of the defenders, so they have to take decisions to step out or not. When they step out, we can find the space behind them. So there were many chances when I speak about this. The header in the first half on the second goal post, it was absolutely automatism and like we wanted to play. Or the big chance from Headley and Ward in the second half. Yeah, these were solutions we trained, and we expected more from this, but sometimes we come too early, too near to the defenders, to our own defenders, and so then there were no space and no space to create chances.
Mentioned Jaheim Headley there. He came on at the break and had quite a positive impact. Were you pleased with what you saw from Jaheim in that second half?
Yeah, he was injured for a long time, and so he needed maybe a substitution in the last game to get a good feeling for to stand on the pitch. And now it was a little bit longer the second time, and I find it he did really well, and we can see that he increased the skill of the team and was very good on the left side. So maybe he is ready for the lineup, but that we will decide tomorrow after the training.
Yeah, it's an interesting one to fit him in, isn't it? Because Brodie Spencer's been in good form, and now Jaheim comes back. It gives you good options at fullback, which maybe not had over the past few weeks.
Yeah, I'm happy with this situation, yes, and I'm ready to take difficult decisions, but better like this than when we have a lot of injuries and illnesses. Yeah, so that means also that the quality in training will be much high, because everyone wants to stand on the pitch as a starter, and then we will decide. Brodie, he came out because of yellow card, and we want to change something in the second half, but it was not because of his performance, like the same for Ben Wiles, but we wanted to change anything, so I could change many other players, and it was not a problem because of these two players. I told them also today in the meeting. But we have to decide, and Headley, he did it well, and also Alex Matos, for me in the second half, really much better than in the last 5 or 6 games, and this is good to see that they can achieve their goal to stand on the pitch and to play and to have a lot of time on the pitch. Yeah, and I was fine with their performances.
I think Ben Wiles, he's had a bit of a difficult first season at the club, and you could see he was getting a bit frustrated in the first half, that things weren't quite coming off for him. Do you feel like he still has something to offer this side? Is it just a matter of getting a bit of confidence in him and getting him onto the ball a bit more?
First of all, when I see him in the training or also as a substitution against Sheffield Wednesday, when he came in, he's a player with quality, with technical quality, 100%, and maybe he's not really fit because he didn't play so often, and this time sometimes you can think, okay, he's not good enough, but he has quality and has a high potential, and it was not easy for him because I heard he had a lot of pressure because of a lot of money for the signing, and when you played on this level, then you know about this, and there are so many things in his head, but he's a good character, and yes, he was extremely disappointed on Wednesday when he was off, but there is no time for discussions, and we have to accept the decisions of the head coach, and he did. And today on the training camp, he showed me a very good reaction for this, and this is really important to stay in the league. We need a team with a good character, and when we spend too much time to discuss about the decisions, when the body language is bad and terrible, you cannot win, and then you cannot stay in the league 100%. And this must be clear that we have to work as a team, and it's not allowed for a player to make his own game, and not on the pitch and not outside, and you have to stay together as a team, and when we make things like this, then I'm totally clear that we have the quality, the structure, everything to stay in the league. But if not, then it will be extremely hard until the last game.
Yeah, you mentioned the quality Ben Wiles has on the ball. I mean, you like to play a number 10 by the looks of things. Do you feel like he is an option for that, who might have the ability to play that final pass that was maybe missing against Cardiff?
Yes, but we brought him in this position, and this was the reason why he started in Cardiff, because of the spaces between the lines, and he has a quality to have a good touch and then to play the deep pass, the final pass. But he was not in the position, and he found other positions, but not the positions like we wanted. But also Dilano and also Jack Rudoni. It's not only on him. So, and this is what we showed today in the analysis. When we stayed in the position, it was every time dangerous, and so Ben Wiles is a player for this. Maybe he got the chance, but he will get other chances. Maybe then when he came in, it's maybe a little bit easier for him without pressure. And this is the game is open, and I like him because he's a really good player, and you have to believe more in himself. And then I'm sure that we will see some more good games from him when we improve him in positive thinking.
That's all for me. Thanks, André.
Thanks.
We'll finish off with Leon from the Yorkshire Post.
Hi, André. I was just wondering, the Championship, has anything surprised you about it? You've had 2 weeks of it now.
3 weeks, I think. No, it's okay. Surprise? No. In my opinion, I didn't think that the league is so strong. Yeah, I thought, and I knew that is the best second league in the world, but near to the second Bundesliga. But for me, the intensity the intensity is much higher, and it's extremely tight. We can see on the table. It's really excited to collect some new experiences in this, and good league.
Yeah, and the weeks where there are 3 games in a week, they are especially tough for every team in the Championship. It's huge demands, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm here for 3 games. So at the end of the season, when we also have many games in April, I can say, 46 games is a lot. But now after 3, it feels not like very much. So I'm fresh for more games, and but you're right. When you play with 24 teams in the league and have 46 games, it's really a lot. 2 cups, it's a lot of games, and so you have not so really much time to train. You have to recover, but every team, every head coach, every manager knows about this, and it's part of the game.
How does it compare with the two Bundesliga, the second division in Germany? Is it a lot stronger?
Yeah, because there are only 34 games and just one cup to play. The difference is maybe also in tactic. The game is quicker and with more intensive, and in second Bundesliga, because why it's a little bit slower is more with tactic things and clearer in structure. Maybe here. Here, normally the will to score and to play quick transition play is much higher, so it's a difference in this. But both leagues are really good, with high quality, with good players, with traditional clubs, and with fantastic stadiums. So I enjoy, and it's good to be here.
It's important. A lot of the division, it looks a little crazy. There's not many points between teams. So in a way, it's important not to look at it. You may be in the bottom three by Sunday, but it doesn't matter. Things change very, very quickly, and they will change over the games.
Because the only look on the table is when the last game is played. To be honest, we had now 3 games, 2 away games, and 1 home game against Leeds. It could also happen that we are without points, and now we have 4. In my opinion, it's good. It's okay because of Cardiff. We lost unnecessary. So we could have 7 points, but there are also reasons why we are on 21st in the table, to be honest, and so we have to change little things. It's not possible to change everything, but there are reasons. So we have to go step by step. Maybe it's possible on Sunday, but it's also possible that we win, and that we win again, and that we win also again, and once again. It's football.
I was going to ask finally, the home performances, there have been a lot of spirit and intensity in recent games. It's very important that you maintain that for the rest of the season.
Yes, I spoke about this is the most important thing. We can speak about tactical things and build up and goal kicks, but without intensity and without playing as a team, you never have a chance. And I hope, and I'm sure that everyone understood this latest after the game in Cardiff, because when we with a good performance, we will win. We win there in Cardiff, and but the performance was not top, and so we lost.
And I was going to ask you lastly, Jack Rudoni, he's a player that managers before you really like to work with and think have a lot of quality. What's your opinion about him? He looks a young player with a big future.
Yes, for me it's the same. He is a player with I would say he's a big talent, with high potential and also quality. But I expect a little bit more from him, because I know that he has this quality to make the difference, and his dream and his wish is to play Premier League, and for this he has to show a little bit more. This is no pressure for him, because he's a good character, but when players want to take the next step and to go to Premier League, Premier League is maybe like first Bundesliga, and I played there for many years. I can tell him what is necessary, and it's not only the thing to have a good technique or to play a good pass. Especially the most important thing is to keep to clear in his head, mental, and always being humble and not showing that he's a superstar. He is not a player like this, but he has to work more than the other when he wants to play Premier League.
Yeah.
And I will help him for this because he's good character and help all the players.
Yeah.
Who accept and want to play, want to improve for the next step. Yes, with me they have the right coach, but when their players make their own thing, then I'm not the right coach for them, and then we have to decide a decision in summer. And but we have only then success when all the players want to improve and to develop and to be hungry and the will to win. We need winner mentality.
Yeah. Very best of luck Sunday, Andre. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. We'll see the majority of you on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.